Heartbeats, heartbeats, how are you on this beautiful day? I happen to be taping this on the first day of spring in 2025. For those who are not watching it at this time, I want to welcome you to Heartbeat Station. Welcome. Tune in, as my mentor would say, tune in, turn up, and tap in. This is where you'll meet holistic practitioners and discover how they assist their clients during their healing journey. Maybe this is a day that you'll find someone who can support, help you, or someone that you know. So, my name, for those who are watching for the very first time, is Sharon, the Heart Lady. And for those who know my program, they know that I always have a very special, special guest. And so today, my special guest is Dr. Imani Ma'at Kynes. Yes, yes, yes. She is a health educator, a health and wellness coach, and she is someone who has great authority and expertise. She also worked for the CDC for over 20 years, and she has worked on programs such as HIV/AIDS prevention and Reach 2010, where she helps communities to address chronic diseases. But however, her heart, her passion is definitely with holistic prevention modalities to help us heal ourselves more organically so that our bodies can heal and that we can have a better quality of life. So we're not trying to deal with a lot of the side effects. We're trying to deal with prevention and health retention. So I am so happy to introduce my colleague, Dr. Imani. So, hi, Dr. Imani. I
Sharon,
know
this
my introduction didn't do you justice, but people will know who you are and what you do by our conversation. I am so excited.
it was wonderful, and I thank you for that. You did a marvelous job, and it's my pleasure and honor to be here with you and your heartbeats today.
Thank you. So I'd like for you to also tell us a little bit about, since this program is really about holistic practitioners and their different modalities. And one of the things that I've personally had the privilege of experiencing the red light therapy, and that's a new ding dong word. And there's all different types of red light therapy. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Sure, sure. I would be happy to. I love the red light bed, the red light therapy bed. The one that we have is like one of the top of the line models, like in the country, probably in the world, the Trifecta 450. My husband and I had visited a place that had a similar bed by the same company, and we really, really liked it and started looking into it. And next thing we knew, we were signing the contract and purchasing our own, but we got the higher model. So
Mm.
there's very few, I think maybe one or two others like ours in the Atlanta metropolitan area. But the red light therapy in general uses red and near infrared light. And they're similar, but a little different. The near infrared is a little bit more powerful, but they both kind of emulate the light from the sun, and they go right into your cells, and they stimulate the mitochondria, which my granddaughter told me. She said, everybody knows that's the powerhouse of the cells, Nana.
All
I said,
right.
oh, okay, I'm glad you know that.
So,
They did do something in middle school.
yes.
Okay. But so you're reaching the powerhouse of the cells and producing more ATP, and it's the energy that your cells need to grow and to heal themselves and to
Yeah.
to thrive. And so I mean, it's a 12-minute treatment, and I usually let people stay in for 15 minutes because it feels so good.
It
But
feels so good. Yes.
they're really getting the treatment in 12 minutes. And as you're laying in this big bed, it's like a tanning bed, which I've never experienced. I'm already tan. So I didn't,
Really?
was never drawn to a tanning bed. Um, but, so you're in there and you're just laying there and absorbing. You've got lights on the top and on the bottom, as you well know, and your body's just absorbing it.
Yeah.
And I've had people would come out. There was one gentleman, he came in with a cane and he was limping, And he came out, he's like, ooh, knee feels better. I mean, in one session. And it doesn't always happen in one session. We generally recommend, I don't know, 6, 12, a series. We have packages for people. We have a wonderful introductory rate. People can come and try it for close to nothing.
Yeah,
But and then we do packages so that people can continue to come and get progressively better from
better.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
It's good for
yeah.
the skin. It's good for weight loss. It's good for athletes, muscle repair. A lot of people love it for weight loss, but that's not everybody's issue. But some people, that's their main reason for coming.
Yeah, and I'd like to say that a lot of times people may take an introductory and then expect, miracle.
Miracle.
My health should be perfect now that I've done that. And even if they've done a one full session, it usually is a series so that your body is really, your cells are really becoming aligned. And I really like to encourage our viewers that one session doesn't do it all. Just like even for my personal coaching practice, you come one
Mm-hmm.
time and then you may say you come 6 months afterwards, and don't you realize you start all over
Right,
again? And
right.
so it is about the consistency. And if you do have a particular ailment, after a couple of treatments, you will see the difference. And so it really benefits you to continue and take the full series, and then you can really benefit the healing effects that it gives.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you said that because I actually include the red light therapy with a number of things that I do holistically. So I am also a wellness coach. And one thing doesn't work for everybody,
Right.
so people need nutritional counseling, they need supplements, they need coaching on their diets. What are you eating on a regular basis? How much water are you drinking? What kind of water are you drinking? And
Right.
so, yeah, you can't do that in one setting. You
Yeah,
really
you can. Yeah. And I
have.
like what you said because a lot of people may also think that, well, I go and I had 6 sessions of the red light therapy bed and things haven't changed. If you
Right.
have not changed the way you eat, if you have changed the way you think, if you have not changed some behaviors that does not align with the healing, then you won't see a difference and you may not even have a difference. So when we say holistic with a W, we mean all of those components. They work, they complement each other so that you truly get the benefits. And so I really had to say that again because I know so many people
Mhm.
say, oh, I did that and ain't no change. But what did you change?
Right, exactly. I mean, like the breathing class that we're taking now,
Yeah,
and teaching us how to breathe properly. And that's
yeah,
something that we can share with our clients as well, because so many of us do this tight breathing or not breathing, we're just holding
yeah.
our breath most of the time. And we need the breath. The breath is everything.
Everything. And
Everything.
just learning, especially when we are in pain, right? Because we do that when we are in pain or something hurts. And
Yeah.
what we don't realize is that we're holding it in because look at our bodies, we're tensing and holding it in. And so when you learn breath work, you learn how to breathe it out and release it and relax the body and not keep it in. So I love that. So the red light therapy bed is about the size of a twin, an extra long twin bed, right? It's about that size.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
it's like an extra long twin bed, and we
bed.
had we
Yeah.
had a gentleman at the last place we had the bed who was a former athlete, and he was, I think, 6'7", and he fit in the bed.
Oh wow, really?
You're too tall for the bed. You will fit in the bed.
Bed. Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's
but
wide
big.
enough too for extra queen size folks,
Right.
women.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, no, it's comfortable. And the
Yeah.
one thing I wanted to say, a lot of people say, well, I'm too claustrophobic for that. I can't be closed in. You're
Right.
never completely closed in. You can
Yes.
always get into the room. You control, it's very light touch with your hand. You control how high and how low you
Yeah.
want the top to be. And if you're really claustrophobic, you can stick your head out. There's actually a headrest. So, there's
So that's right. So it's almost like an MRI, but not as claustrophobic. or
Right,
it's not
right.
claustrophobic at all because you get to control, you get to choose. And that's the
Mhm.
wonderful thing about it. And you will still get the full effects of the red light therapy. And so some people may ask, well, what's the difference between that then and putting on the red light mask that people use? What would you say?
I'd say a mask is for the face, and the red light bed is for the entire body.
Whole body, so that includes the face.
There's
Yes.
no
Yeah.
contest there. Yeah, I mean it affects every part of your body.
Yeah.
And so, in fact, we have I call it the jiggle wiggle. We have a full body vibration device.
Hmm.
Some people call it a full body lymphatic device that
Yeah.
you get on after the red light bed, because when you're in the red light bed, it basically, and this is for not just for people who are trying to lose weight, but it does help your fat cells to kind of excrete a little bit.
Yeah.
And so when you get on the full body vibration device, you're jiggling and wiggling, and that's helping to move anything that might have loosened up from the red light bed through your body to to your liver and out,
Yeah.
so that yeah, so that it is a complete approach. We do
Right.
foot
And
deep
those fatty deposits are breaking up and
out.
releasing, thinning out so that it can excrete from your body. Big, big. I call it, yeah, I call it the jiggler.
Jiggle wiggle,
Get on
yeah.
the jiggler.
And I was saying we also in the same office have a foot detox, which is really a full body detox, because there's a waistband that gets warm. You put your feet on these plates. It's a dry foot detox. It's not that wet gooky one that we used in
The
the
one that
old.
I do.
Yeah,
Don't
that one.
about my foot back.
Um, you send your people over across the hall for the dry foot bath. Um, But again, it's all about detoxing the body and cleansing the body and helping you to helping the new cells to generate and have a chance
Yeah.
really to do what they need to do to help you to
Right.
feel
And what's
better.
important to people to also remember that the foot the feet have their all the nervous systems are
Oh
there. And
yeah.
so
Oh
starting
yeah.
from that and moving all the way up. So our hands and our feet mimic the organs within our body. And so this is another reason why it's a full body detox.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, that's great. And I did not mean to
Oh
insult your
no. And people
that's
get to
the work.
choose. People
It
get to
does.
choose. Some people say, I want to see the yuck, the gook. And some people say, I don't want to see it. It makes me sick. So you get to
Right,
choose.
great.
Yeah. And we all share and send clients to wherever we think that not we think, but you think that you would
Mhm.
like. So that's why we have all these resources and the purpose of this station. So
Mhm.
I'd
So
like
that's
to
great.
talk a little bit more because I am totally fascinated with this Alice AI. Talk to me about that.
Alice AI was created by an African American naturopathic doctor here in Atlanta. And what a pleasure meeting him. If people know, like we learned when we were very young about George Washington Carver, we called him the Peanut
Peanut
Man.
man. Yeah.
But most of us have learned so much more
And he
about his
does so
life.
much more than that. Astrology, so
Absolutely.
much more. Yes.
That's almost an insult. It is an insult to call him the peanut man. Well, anyway, George Washington Carver studied the plants. He studied nature. He would go out and hug the trees and be with be in the forest at 4 a.m. in the morning. Anyway, imagine George Washington Carver meets AI. He
Mm.
figures out the plants and how they can benefit humans, and then he puts that into an online app where you can basically dial up the particular program that you want to help your body to heal in air quotes, because we don't use
Mhm.
the heal word,
Right.
but help the body to adjust, help the body to get back in balance. And so things like that there's digestive aid, there's aid for your eyes be clear. He's got these cute names for them. Colon cleanse. There's one for weight loss. There's a setting for a really new one that he just added, anti-mutagenic something, something, something. It's a long name, but it's basically to address cells that are mutating out of control,
Oh,
which people know as cancers.
cancer. Right.
Like, yeah, so. I mean, he's got a red light setting now on the app as well. So, for me, that's easy because it's so consistent with
Yeah,
what we're already doing. You
yeah.
basically use the flashlight on your phone. You set it on the red light setting, and
Right.
then you aim it at, like I've been working on my heel, and it is helping so much. So normally with Alice, you can literally dial it up and put it on your chest or on anywhere there's a pulse. And one of the questions people have first question I had was, what about EMF rays? I mean, I don't want to put the phone on me. He says, well, there are all types of rays. There are good rays and there are bad rays.
Hmm.
And the good rays from this his program is all plant-based, as I mentioned. The plant-based the plant-based frequencies outdo the
Yes.
bad
That
EMF
EMF.
frequencies.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
and at first I was like, oh, cool. And people got that, but a lot of people still don't want to put the phone on their chest. So
yeah.
we recommend these are little speakers, waterproof Bluetooth
Oh.
speakers that we set up, with the app. And we basically turn it on, and after we program what we want, we run it. We put this on our chest instead, no rays, no, and works very, very
So
effectively.
it is. So it's giving the vibrations when you put
Um,
it on your
it's,
when you put it on
it's
your chest?
you're gonna get a little bit of vibration, but you're getting the frequencies.
So it's the
So it's
frequencies that are going directly
going
into the
right into
part of
your
the body that you place it.
Yep.
Okay. And so,
Actually, when you put it on either your chest, your heartbeat, or your wrist, or your neck, or the carotid artery,
mhm.
then it's going to go where you need it in the body. It's not just at that place. When you use the red
Ah,
light, you're working on that place. But when you're working on one of the other things, you just need a pulse to
it
put it
needs a
on.
pulse and it knows exactly where to go because
Those exactly.
that's the intelligence of frequencies.
And mixed with Alice with AI,
Right,
so
right. And
like I
Dr. Imani, so many people are afraid of this artificial intelligence or AI or ancestral intelligence, and we can call it many different names in between with A and I. But I
Mhm.
believe that we've been using AI unconsciously
Oh,
anyway.
absolutely. And every time you send a text, you notice words are popping up. It's like, how did it know the phone know that I was gonna say use that word?
Yes.
That's AI. I
Even
mean,
GPS, right? When you
GPS is AI. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
It's
so
like, oh,
we've been using it for years, and it's just different ways
yeah,
that you can use it. And there's really nothing to be afraid of because number one, this is just part of the evolution.
this is where we are.
This is where we
That's
are. So, if you
right.
hear
Yeah.
it and you resist it, then you will get left behind. And to me, you want to keep up with it. I'd like to talk just before we wrap up. I'd like to talk a little bit more about frequencies because that is a new old. I say new
Mhm.
old is new here, but
Oh,
it's an
yeah.
old ancient remedy. We've always operated from frequency, especially melanated people. That has always been part
Hmm.
of our DNA. So when we're talking, talk to me a little bit about what frequencies are because there's sound, there's sound frequencies, there's ray
Frequencies.
frequencies. Talk to us about, for the lay person who may not understand what they're using this word frequency. I don't even understand what that means.
Everything has a frequency. Everything, even things that like this table has a frequency. You can't see it, you can't, but examples of remember when we would take clothes out of the dryer
Mhm.
and we do this and our hair would stand up or
The
whatever.
static.
That's
Yeah.
you can't see it, but you can see manifestations of it given
Yeah.
the right conditions, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything has a frequency. Music, there's music that's soothing to the soul. You can just
Yeah.
listen to it forever. And have you ever driven up next to somebody at a stoplight and had to roll your window up because it was it was too
Yeah.
much?
Too much.
Like
Yeah.
they're in the car with their windows rolled up, and how can they deal with that?
Yeah.
Those are frequencies that are not resonating with us.
That's right.
So this is not Nikolai Tesla and Einstein. They said frequencies are going to be the medicine of the future.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
and that's where we're going. You know,
Yeah,
when you,
absolutely. Because they're
yeah,
seeing these type of frequencies. Years ago, they talked about the frequencies that the dolphins give, and they've been using
yeah,
that, right? Frequencies, a lot of special needs children in particular have worked with the frequency. I'm calling it the
yeah,
frequency of horses, right?
yes,
Right? And
absolutely,
emotional
absolutely,
animals that really support that type of healing or calming down. And when we say healing or calming down, it really is putting the cells in balance so
yeah,
that you can, that alignment to help you feel better, to
absolutely.
reverse some of the cells that and to remove some of the cells out of the body that don't align with you and replace them with
Right.
harmony. So
Good
I
one.
think
The ones
frequency
that
and
are in
harmony, right?
harmony, balance. I mean, those are the concepts people can understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to it, but I'm really enjoying learning about this, playing with the frequencies. My husband's hair is growing back because he plays telomeres on Alice AI all the time, and
Uh-huh.
the telomeres are like the picture. The tips of the chromosomes. Picture like
Mm.
an eraser on a pencil. The more you use it,
Mhm.
it's going to go down. The more we live, you know, the telomeres shrink,
Uh-huh.
and we get old, and we start
Mhm.
getting, you know,
Yeah.
decrepit, and you know, gray
Shrivel
hair and
up.
shrivel up. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Our skin shrivels up. Well, the
Yeah.
telomeres is reversing that on people. And I heard Dr. Peters, who created Alice AI, I heard him today on a call, and somebody said, "Well, how does telomeres really work?" He says, "Well, if you take someone who's like 75 years old and they use telomeres consistently all the time, you know, they're going to get down to, you know, in terms of reversing the aging process." He said, "Oh, to about 25." And I'm like, "What?" I
So
was
they're
like,
not even gonna feel 25, but the turgor of the skin starts to
yes,
reflect
yes,
that as well. So yes,
yes.
it's
And
an anti-aging thing as
the
well.
brain
Yeah,
is
y'all
working
can't see it, but
better.
I got some of the gray, and I probably need to do some. Those young ladies that talk about their edges and all.
They just don't know. I love my silver. I wouldn't trade it for the
I
world.
love it. I think it's a mark of distinguish. I'm
I
not
think
dyeing my gray. I love it.
good for you. Good for you. And you know, there's a whole, I know one of the things, and I don't know how much time we have, probably not much.
Mhm.
But um, one of the things we asked offline was what help, because I worked at CDC, you know, with allopathic doctors, and I was in that lane for 22 years. But I've always been into holistic health and wellness. And
Mhm.
while I was at CDC, I was actually on leave from CDC. They were still paying me, and I was teaching at Morehouse School of Medicine.
Mhm.
And while I was there, I created a teen theater program, and the whole focus was teens teaching teens about healthy living, healthy
Wow, that's
eating, healthy,
beautiful.
you know.
Yes, yes.
So we did that, and that morphed into me a poetry series I created called Healthy Haiku. My fourth book is coming out like shortly.
All right.
Yeah, so I love doing this work. I love sharing. I love teaching, and it's truly an honor to be with you and your
Well, the
heartbeat.
honor is mine in particular. I definitely, how can people get in touch with you, Dr. Imani?
Couple ways to make an appointment. Easily they can go to heal.me/DRIMANI, Dr. Imani. That's the best way, and then you'll see all of the things, many of the things that I offer
Yeah.
clients,
So you'll
and
be able to see the services and they can book and they can also book a
a free
consultation.
consultation.
Yes,
Absolutely. Come
pre-consultation.
talk to
You can
me.
talk
Yeah.
to her, and I encourage you to do that first. Unless
Hmm.
you're already familiar with the modalities, just go ahead and book an appointment because you will not be disappointed.
No,
Thank you.
no.
So, Dr. Imani, before I always ask my guests, how do they take care of their heart? So, what do you do for the physical health of your heart?
Um, well, we were just with Monica this morning, and Monica does Rife Technology, and
Mhm.
you know, that has everything to do with frequencies to help the body to
Mhm.
heal itself. So we do
Okay.
that. I practice hot yoga. I try to go at
Mm.
least 3 times a week, 90 minutes, sometimes 75-minute classes in a 110-degree room of doing postures. So
Well, I would love, I
that's
gotta try hot
you
yoga.
gotta go with me sometime. It's
Yeah.
wonderful. And it's a non-judgment zone. People of all sizes, weights,
Yeah.
whatever heights come, male, female.
Mhm.
So those are things that I like to do. And I do like writing poetry. I love, love, love writing
Yeah,
poetry.
that sounds like something that you do for your emotional heart or your emotional health is writing poetry. Anything else that you do for maintaining stability in your emotions, for your emotions?
Um, I fast from time to time.
Mm.
I try to be not perfect, but I work on diet and making smoothies and outside of that, playing with my dogs and having a
Mm.
good time with them outside in
Mm.
nature. I'm going to start planting again, you
Okay.
know, this spring.
Okay, I'm coming over and dragging you out of your garden so that you could come help me in my garden.
Okay, well, come on. We got to start with the composting. That's what I've been
Yeah,
doing.
and I
So,
need to, yeah, I'll probably call you offline because I'm trying to find some organic grass seeds.
oh, okay.
Non-GMO, or at least non-GMO grass seeds, which I am
Yeah,
having trouble finding. So while I'm saying that, if any of you listening and know how I can get some non-GMO grass seeds, I would
contact
appreciate it
you.
because I love the grounding. I love standing on fresh grass, but most of the ones that are out there and the chemicals that are on it are not the best. So I might just have to keep, right now I have no grass for 2 years and it's just been soil. I might have to just keep
Oh,
it that way. We'll see.
yeah.
And then spiritually, how do you help yourself spiritually develop? What are some of the things you do?
Well, the yoga is one because that's a meditative practice. There's
Mm.
a program that I've been doing called the Art of Living, and
Mm.
is a breathing. It's several stages of breathing that you do, kind of in a group, but then they give you a home practice to do. So
Oh,
I try to do that at least every morning. I miss some mornings depending on the time,
yeah.
but that one is so, so powerful and it's
Mm.
cleansing too.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
it's a lot of times I'm doing the breathing and it puts me to sleep. And I'm like, how do
Mhm.
I fall asleep right in the middle of breathing?
Yeah, because
Because
your body got so relaxed.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And the oxygen is just so good for the brain and everything too.
Yes.
So
Yes.
those are some of the things that I do. And I have this new talking drum that
Oh.
I should have brought it in here. It is amazing. It's so nice. I
And,
have to
and
bring it.
and that's and that's a frequency as well.
Yes,
When you
absolutely.
do the talking drum, I feel it vibrate
Uh,
through my whole body. I love it.
oh,
Yes.
yeah, I love
So
it.
soothing.
First time I did it, my dog was I've got this big cane corso puppy, and the first time I did it, she like freaked out, and now she just lays there and goes to sleep.
And enjoys it. That is
She
so
loves it.
cool. Well, thank
Yeah.
you so much for taking the time to talking with us.
My
Heartbeat. I
pleasure.
would definitely highly suggest you check out, especially if you're in the Atlanta area, to check out Dr. Imani, check out Alice AI and how that can benefit yourself and treat yourself to red light therapy bed,
Yes.
right?
Please do. Please come.
Thank you so much, and we look
Thank
forward
you,
to talking
Sharon.
to you soon.
I appreciate you so much. All right.